Hello guys. So after understanding your what is abiotic factor, then some introduction to your abiotic factor temperature, then this classification of your animals according to the maintenance of temperature. Today we are going to discuss about your temperature preferandum or what is your preferred temperature. Okay, so in this video these things will be totally described. So without wasting time, let's start. Suppose you are having an insect and suppose some temperature gradient is there, like you see what is temperature gradient, some range will be there, like your 60, okay, 60, then your 50, then your it may be your 35, okay, 35, then 10, like this some temperature range is there, okay. And suppose you allow one insect, okay, to move along this range of temperature, this temperature gradient, then what will happen? This insect will choose a specific range of temperature, not like it will survive whole under 10 to 60, not like that. It will choose some temperature, it will prefer some temperature range which is optimum for their normal growth and development, and that temperature range is known as your temperature preferandum or your preferred temperature. So in this video we will understand some terminologies related with that and some zones classified according to the temperature preferandum. Those things will be totally structured in this video. Okay, so let's begin. So now you see here I have given you one graph which is showing your gradients. Okay, you see this gradient is divided into some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subcategories. Sub temperatures are there. Okay, the range is from -14 to 60. In between 50 is there, 35 is there, 10 is there, -5 is there. So now according to this temperature range we will categorize the normal temperature preferandum, how they are classified. Okay, so starting from this zone, because in the last video where I have given you the concept of effect of temperature in insect, there I have used one term, that is your zone of optimum or normal development. From that point we will start now. Okay, what is that zone? Zone of optimum or zone of normal development? The zone is, the temperature range is your 10 degrees centigrade to 35 degrees centigrade. Okay, this temperature range is known as your, or the zone present in between these temperature limits is known as your zone of optimum or zone of normal development. Got my point? So now we will understand some terminologies related with that. First of all, try to understand what is the zone of optimum or normal. What do I mean by that? That means in this zone what will happen? The normal survival, growth, development of the insect will be totally optimum, neither highly accelerated nor slowed down. They will be given a optimum temperature in which they will undertake or undergo a normal growth and development. This zone is known as your zone of optimum or normal development. Understood? So what are the temperatures range? That is your 10 to 35 degrees centigrade. So now we will understand some terminologies related to your 10 degrees centigrade and 35 degrees centigrade. Okay, so for this 10 degrees centigrade, the term related is your minimum effective temperature, and the synonym is your lower vital limit. What is the meaning? Now try to understand. You see the term is here minimum effective temperature. What is the meaning? This is the minimum temperature which is effective for your normal growth and development. This is optimum. Understood the meaning of minimum effective temperature? Getting my point? That means 10 degrees centigrade is the minimum temperature above which normal development will occur, below which the development will be slowed down. The development will be disrupted. Understood? If you go above this 10 degrees centigrade, development will be normal. If you go below this 10 degrees centigrade, then your development will be disrupted. It may be slowed down or whatever it may be, but that will be disrupted. Okay, that's why the synonym is also your lower vital limit. That means here what will happen? This is the lower limit below which the vital processes or the enzymatic activity or your metabolic activity, all those vital processes will be disrupted. They won't occur normally. That's why the term is minimum effective temperature and also known as your lower vital limit. Got my point? Then this coming to this 35 degrees centigrade. Okay, here what will happen? This is also known as your maximum effective temperature and also known as upper vital limit. So how to define maximum effective temperature? How to define? This is the maximum temperature. Okay, this is the maximum temperature. If you go above, then what will happen? The normal growth and development will be disrupted. But if you go below that maximum temperature, the development will be normal. They will undergo a normal or optimum growth and development. This is the maximum temperature below which the development is normal, but beyond which the development will be abnormal. Okay, and that's why it is also known as your upper vital limit. This is the upper limit of optimum vital process. Understood? Why the term is maximum, minimum, and why the term is upper and lower. Okay, so if you go above your upper vital limit or below lower vital limit, the growth and development will be disrupted. They won't undertake in a normal way. Understood, or any doubt is there? If any doubt is there, then put in the comment box. Okay, now coming to the next one, next zone, and the zone is your 50 to 35 degrees centigrade and your 10 to minus 5 degrees centigrade. These two zones are known as your zone of inactivity. Here the term inactivity is important. Okay, zone of inactivity. Okay, if the zone is in between 35 to 50, then that is known as your zone of inactivity due to high temperature. If the temperature range is in between your 10 to minus 5 degrees centigrade, then that will be known as your zone of inactivity due to low temperature. Getting my point? So what is inactivity? Inactivity means what? Insect will be alive, okay, but no development will occur. Getting my point? Inactive means what? They are not active. It does not mean they are dead. They will be surviving inside, but they are not doing any kind of development. Neither they are feeding, nor they are moving, nor they are doing anything. Simply they will be just like dormant condition. They won't do anything. That is your inactivity. But if this inactivity occurs due to high temperature like your 35 to 50 degrees centigrade, okay, then that is coming under this zone of inactivity due to high temperature. If that is low temperature, that means 10 to minus 5 degrees centigrade, that is coming under your zone of inactivity due to low temperature. Got my point? But here what will happen, if the insect will go below this 35 degrees centigrade or above this 10 degrees centigrade from these inactive zones, okay, then what will happen? again they will resume their activity. That means you can tell that under onset of favorable temperature condition, again they will resume their activity. Got my point? This is the zone of inactivity. It may be due to high temperature, it may be due to low temperature. One more thing you can write down. Anyway, we will discuss all those things in the next class. That is your hibernation and estivation. Okay, this zone of inactivity due to seasonal high temperature is known as your estivation. And if the zone of inactivity due to low temperature, if the insect is undergoing inactivity, that means suspending their activity due to some seasonal low temperature, then that will be called as your hibernation. Anyway, these things again we will repeat in the next class. So for now, no need of understanding all those things. Okay, so this zone has been completed. Okay, so which one left? These two zones are left now. What are those zones? Zone of fatal. That means here the death will occur. It may be due to high temperature like your 50 to 60 degrees centigrade. It may be due to your low temperature, that means -5 to -14 degrees centigrade. Zone of fatal high temperature, zone of fatal low temperature. Getting my point? So now coming to this zone of fatal high temperature, what will happen in this zone? Okay, death will occur to the insect due to loss of water, loss of moisture, coagulation of proteins. Okay, then your accelerated disrupted metabolic rate. Okay, then which leads to accumulation of toxins, and it will also affect the normal enzymatic activity, and ultimately the insect will die. This is the cause of death of insect in zone of fatal high temperature. Understood? Now coming to the next zone, that is your zone of fatal low temperature. Here what will happen? This insect will also die in this zone, but due to your low enzymatic activity, low metabolic rate, your freezing of body fluids, okay, these things will happen so that the insect will die. This is your zone of fatal low temperature. You have to remember the range. Zone of fatal high temperature means 50 to 60. Zone of fatal low temperature means -5 to -14 degrees centigrade. Okay, so this is over now, this zone. Now coming to the two extremes, that is your 60 degrees centigrade and -14 degrees centigrade. That means this is the broader range beyond which no existence will be there. No insect can exist at all. If that is the maximum temperature, that is 60, that is known as your maximum fatal temperature. 60 degree is your maximum fatal temperature. That means this is the maximum temperature which is fatal for the insect, beyond which no existence will be there. No insect can survive. Okay. Another one is your this -14 degrees centigrade. This is what? Minimum fatal temperature. This is the minimum temperature for the fatal effect to the insect, below which no insect can exist. This is the broader limit, maximum minimum, beyond which no existence will be there for insect. Got my point? If any kind of doubt is there, you can ask. So what are the things we have covered in this video? Okay, we have understood here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 terms. What are those terms? Maximum and minimum effective temperature. Yes or no? Maximum and minimum effective temperature. Synonyms are your upper vital limit and lower vital limit. This one over 10 and 35. What other terms? These 4 completed. What other terms? 60 and -14. Those are called as maximum fatal temperature and minimum fatal temperature. These 6 terms we have understood, and we have understood your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 zones we have completed, like zone of fatal high and low temperature, zone of inactivity due to high and low temperature, zone of optimum or normal development. If in this video any kind of doubt is there, then you can ask in the comment box. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.